In a world filled with intergalactic space battles, metahuman destruction on a global scale, and psychopathic serial hauntings, there's only one team who can make sense of it all. When your world is overrun with rampant pop culture, call Loop and Larry, Guardians of Geek.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was the big season. What is it? Season 7 finale explosion.
I like to call it a summer-splosion is what I like to call it. I don't know what that
I like
means.
that.
We're
going with that. Yeah, we're going with that. It's some big summer-splosion.
Hey, everybody, I'm Loop.
Oh, hi, I'm Larry.
I was checking my audio on this, like for my AirPods, because I realized I could hardly hear you, and I'm like, and then I realized the volume was down. So these are the kind of things that we're, just attention to detail that we have in this last episode here already.
Yeah, it's like this is like the first time we've ever done this, so just give us a break. Yeah, we're just figuring we're working out the bugs here. We're figuring this out.
Something I should have maybe checked before we started recording, but hey, so dumb. Anyways, this is Guardians of Geek. Thank you for joining us so much. This is our season finale.
Yes, it is. It is. We have actually made it through season 7 unscathed for the most part.
This is season 7.
I know, that's crazy.
In 6 years for some reason. I don't know.
I feel like we've had this discussion before, and I think like season 1 was like 5 episodes or some crazy thing. I don't know.
I don't know how we timed this out, but we might have done like a Survivor style, like 2 episodes or 2 seasons in 1 year, maybe at one point. I guess.
Think that's early on before we figured out the formula.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
the old formula everybody's talking about.
Yeah. We do it, and we're not giving away our secrets.
Anyone. So thanks for joining us for the season finale. This is already out of control already. So let's just lock her down with some top pop.
All right.
Hey kids, it's time for Loop and Larry's Totally Tubular Top Pop!
All right, here we are, Top Pop, where we just talk about things that we're interested in that's in the world of geekdom. And so I'm going to start off right off the top here. I'm just jumping right into it. Everybody's sort of talking about it. I think you've seen both of these movies, but I want to talk a little bit for a second about Backrooms and Obsession.
Yeah.
These two have
Backrooms is my obsession. Interesting.
Okay, I got to go.
Okay.
We had it going, and then here we go. So Backrooms and Obsession are two, if you don't know, are 2 horror movies that have come out that are basically on very small budgets. Yes. And have made a lot of money. Yes. Like a ton of money, and it become really popular. And they're come from I think both of them come from like a sort of a YouTube creator's background, which is fine. I mean, that's where people learn to create stuff, which is awesome. And it's both these movies. If you have not seen these, go see them.
Yep. And on top of them, like having small budgets and being like first-time directors, I believe they're first-time directors. They're really good. Like they're actually good. Like it's not just like they're so bad that they're good. They're actually good movies. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how there are 2 back-to-back horror movies from first-timers, young ones too. Yeah. And they turned out so well. So yes, 100%. I 100% agree. See both. So
Backrooms had a budget of $10 million, is made over $277 million.
Crazy.
And Obsession, $750,000, and it's made over like $337 million, and on a $750,000 budget.
Yeah, and it's one of the only movies that the box office kept increasing week after week. Usually box office numbers drop after the first week because everybody who's going to go see it's gone to see it already. This one, week after week, I think for at least 3 or 4 weeks, the box office numbers kept going up and up and up. So word of mouth got out there, and it just kept making money. Like it was insane. I've never seen. I don't think anybody's ever seen a movie that do this before.
Yeah, not for a while. The most interesting part to me is when you watch these movies, they look like professional movies. They don't look like something you'd see on Tubi or something. Like they look like quality movies. And the like Andy Richter's in like Obsession, and that was made for $750,000. I feel like some of these actors like they use a lot of their budget to get that one moderately like expensive actor that they can, you know what I mean? And then that's where they spend probably a bulk of their money. Or he may have just said, yeah, you know what, I'll take at scale or whatever, and I'll do it just for but the other one I found interesting is Backrooms, with its like smaller budget. Actually looks like a big budget movie, like with all the sets and the things that go on in that movie. It actually seems like it should be a much higher budgeted movie than it is.
It does. And that's the thing. Like both of them, like this is what they remember when Godzilla -1 came out, and it had a budget of like $7 million or $15 million, I think it was. And it won the Oscar for best special effects that year over the like Marvel and over the like the big studio stuff. Like I think that Hollywood has gotten a bit out of control with their spending, that you don't need to spend $300 million on a movie to make it good. Sometimes the budgets like make the movie overproduced. You know what I mean? Like too slick, too like not realistic anymore. Like it's taken the realism out of it. Like these movies have proven you could scale back and still have fantastic stories and, you know, really good effects and like a compelling movie. You don't need to spend that much money. And I hope that Hollywood is kind of looking at that and saying, you know what, maybe we can trim back a little bit and make better movies. Like don't rely so heavily on special effects.
Yeah, and I think like with the special effects, especially in the Marvel movies and things, it's like they always talk about AI slop, where you know what I mean. It's kind of like special effects slop. Like it's just so much of it that you're just it doesn't impress you anymore. Like special effects used to kind of impress you. Now it's just like a bunch of images, and they all just sort of like are there, and you're like, okay, like I just want to see the story, like, and everything doesn't need to be in space, and everything doesn't need to be ridiculous, and it's like just scale it back, like you're saying, scale it back. Make your Avengers movie that's not as scaled back, but just everything else can be scaled back. That's why I'm sort of enjoying the Marvel TV version stuff more than the movie stuff, because it's scaled back like a lot, and it's more realistic stories.
Absolutely.
But
and
anyways.
And I think also like relying on practical effects rather than CG. Obviously, they cost a lot less to do practical stuff, but it looks real. Like it looks more believable when it's a real effect, when it's a real, you know, and like I think that's what Hollywood was getting away from it. At least it seemed like it, is that everything was digitally, all the special effects were digitally created. Like superhero suits were digitally created.
Yeah.
It's like instead of making them. And these movies prove that. I mean, obviously Backrooms had some CG in it. I mean, it had, you know, there is one character in particular, I won't give anything away because it's still new, but there's one character in particular, it's obviously CG, but it's really good CG. But the rest of it's all practical, like it's real. So you know that it's real, and so it makes it even scarier, more immersive, I think. So yes.
No,
lessons
so
to learn here.
Yes, it's like less is more. And I think if you just these two are just interesting. Like when they look at film, like 20 years from now, I think they're going to look back at these two as an example of movies that could be made on less of a budget and have bigger impact than some of the other movies that are out there, like the bigger scale movies. So just something to think about. And I think we're going to see a lot more of this, obviously, now that these have come out. Like studios taking a chance on lower budgeted movies, but I love it. Just keep them coming. If the ideas are good and they're interesting and something different, I'll take it. So definitely see these movies if you haven't seen them.
I think going forward, we're going to refer to this phenomenon as the OBSESSROOMs. This is the OBSESSROOM phenomenon.
No, I heard you the first time when he said it.
Upset. Okay. It's like the Barbenheimer. Yeah, this is the obsession.
I got it. Yes, thank you.
Okay, gotcha.
I think we think we've got it down.
Okay, perfect, good.
Anyways, Larry, what do you got?
So talk about big scale and big budget and lots of CG. Now we're going the opposite direction because, like we've talked about over the past 7 seasons, how much we love Game of Thrones and the whole Game of Thrones world. Well, season 3 of House of the Dragon just dropped about a week before we're recording this podcast, and it was massive. You haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to spoil anything. It's a massive, massive piece of art. It's one of the biggest scale TV productions I think I've ever seen, and it's I'm 100% sold on it, and I know it's got a little bit of a mixed reaction somehow, and I haven't got into sort of the negative stuff, but I think overall it's doing well, but it's just super impressive.
Is it easy to slip back into, because it's been like 3 years or something since the last season, or 2 years, or it's been a while. Like I actually forgot that it was still being made. And I think I might have mentioned this at the end of the year, or this year-end podcast. Like, I forget some of these shows are still on because it's way too long between seasons. And the excitement level I had is like gone now. So now they got to like reel me back in again. So
yes, I totally agree. And so we rewatched all of season 2 in the week. Like, we binged all 8 episodes. I think it's 8 episodes. In the week leading up to the premiere of season 3, and when we did that, we were like, okay, we don't remember any of this. So I would, if you've got the opportunity, it's 8 episodes. Season 2 is 8 episodes. I would rewatch them because so much went on, and it will. But it does lead right into season 3, so it is kind of important. Or you can just watch a YouTube breakdown. But we also watched a YouTube breakdown of season 1 because we didn't rewatch season 1. And if you don't remember it, it's hard to put the pieces together because so much happened. So I would suggest trying to rewatch season 2 first, and then get into this one, because there's just too much to remember.
I really like season 1. Season 2 I thought was slow. I remember, and then it kind of picked up in the last couple episodes. But I remember it being like, okay, let's get something going here in this show. But I like them. I enjoyed them. I hopefully this one will be. It sounds like already the first episode's pretty crazy. So I'll. Crazy. Yeah, so we'll get into that probably this weekend. I'm kind of on this thing where I want to wait like every 2 episodes to watch it. So you kind of can watch 2 at once, like, because I don't really see a lot about it, so I'm not like worried about it being spoiled or anything. And I can't remember half the characters' names anyways, so I wouldn't know who they were talking about, like, if I saw it. But
I totally agree. And this is one of those shows, when this episode was done, I was like, now we have to wait a whole week. Like, a lot of shows I'm happy to wait. Like, I'm happy because you can talk to people and do whatever. But then there are some shows you're just like, give me more. Like, I want more right now. So I mean, you can wait 10 weeks if you want, and then just binge the whole thing, or 2 weeks, and that's good too.
All right, I'll definitely check that out, because I love that whole world. It's like there's always something in it. It's like, it's just kind of like, whoa, that's cool. So we'll see how this one goes. But I'm looking forward to it. The last thing I want to talk about is still in the world of special effects and and blockbusters of the summer is Masters of the Universe.
Okay.
So I'm not going to spoil it.
No, I have not seen it yet. So
you haven't seen it. No. I am in defense of this movie. Like, I've heard various things on it, and the funny thing is, anything I've read from regular people have loved it, but the critics have panned it, and it's like it's way better, and it hasn't done well. Like it's done decently at the box office, but not great. It's way better than, if anyone doesn't like think it's going to be good. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was great.
I'm finding a lot more the critics are panning movies that audiences love. Like, it's happening more and more. So when I'm going on Rotten Tomatoes, I tend to look at the audience score over the critic score now, because I don't know. I just feel like critics are becoming way too critical. So yeah.
And I feel too that people get on a wave of like they don't want to be the one that likes something when someone else, like when the bulk of people don't. So I feel like there's a lot of that going on. Like I noticed with the new Supergirl, which as our taping come, like I think it just already premiered last night, I think as a opener, but I already noticed there was some bad like reviews of it already, but then I don't know. I'd like to see some regular people that have seen it and see what they say, because it looks fun to me, but I don't know. I can't see them like putting a dog out there like if they didn't think it was going to be like
I think sometimes critics forget that we go to movies just to escape, sometimes just to have fun. Like, is this movie a good escape? You know, you don't need to break down every scene and question every motive and question every, like, obviously there are some movies that don't work, like that aren't good generally, but is it fun? Like, did you enjoy yours? If it wasn't fun, then there's something wrong with it. But if it's just pure fun for 2 hours out of your life, then that's great. That's what that's what movies are supposed to be, is just fun. Some of them obviously are meant to stick with you forever, and you know, but not all of them are. Some of them are just pure popcorn, you know, blockbusters.
Yeah, and I'll just say for Master of the Universe, if you watch He-Man, like what do you expect out of this movie other than like, and this is actually more, it's closer to the cartoon than the original one that we reviewed like I don't know, like 30 episodes ago or whenever we did it. But it's the Dolph Lundgren one. This is closer to the cartoon, way closer to the cartoon than the other. And it explains a few things and stuff too. So this one's like costume wise, everything is and what's being said, and they make fun of some of the stuff from the cartoon as well. Like so it's a lot of fun. Like I really enjoyed it when I came out of it. I was like I didn't come out thinking, oh, I'm glad that's done. I came out thinking I wanted more of it. Like I was actually quite impressed with it. So,
all right. Well, it's on my list. I want to see it because I feel like too, it's one of those movies that you should see in the theater. Like I feel like it's a big screen. Like if I wait till it comes to streaming, I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much. So I want to try to get there before it goes, which might be soon.
It's good. It's good. It's good. So
all right.
Perfect. It's awesome.
I'm sold.
Do you want to do what did we buy now?
I sure do.
All right.
What did we buy now?
Okay, so as you all know, we buy stuff and we collect things, and this is dumb stuff that we buy. So we want to, sometimes share what we have bought now. So it doesn't always happen that we both have something to share. This week we do both have something to share. So I'm going to start off. Loop and I were recently at a convention called Shockstock. And it's Canada's premier horror convention, and they've got a lot of cool vendors and a lot of fun things. And they also have a lot of like people selling movies, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, all of that stuff. And I happened to stumble across a table that was selling one of the movies that we have reviewed and we've made an entire episode about. So of course I had to pick it up, and that is the Garbage Pail movie. But this is the Vinegar Syndrome. And Vinegar Syndrome, I don't know if you can see their little logo there. Oh, and I'm gone.
Yeah, I see it.
Vinegar Syndrome logo. Vinegar Syndrome is like a company that releases really obscure or B-level movies, but they put like amazing packages together to release these things. So they're in beautiful packages that I can't actually open now. But oh, here we go. So but this one's like in this beautiful like slip case, and you open it up and it's got like that.
Oh my god.
I know it's got
I got nightmares tonight now.
It's got a book, like there's like a book in there, and then it's a beautiful package. And I know it's like the most horrible movie ever, but I love horrible movies. Anyway, so I got this there and I was super excited, and it's 4K, so it's finally, you can see it in all
finally
its finally. I've been waiting a long time for that. So then I realized, okay, well, Vinegar Syndrome released this one. Wonder what else they have. Well, what else they have? Mac and Me. Look at that awesome artwork. Look at it. It's just great. Mac and Me. There
That's
we go.
the best. Yep.
So,
We reviewed that in one of our episodes as well.
Yep, we did that one too. And let's see who's inside here. Oh, there he is. Yep.
That lovable alien that everybody
yep.
can't get enough
So they
of.
had that one, and I was like, I wonder what else they have. Oh, you know what else they have? Troll 2.
Did you order these online from them?
Yeah. Yep, I ordered them directly from these two. I ordered directly from Vinegar Syndrome. But there's like this beautiful, like there's a full book in here and like a beautiful, beautiful art. Look at beautiful artwork.
That's amazing.
It's so, and the slip cover is just this like hard. Anyway, they're beautiful. They look great on the shelf. And these are 3 of like literally the worst movies ever made. But somehow Vinegar Syndrome has made them into like these super collectible, awesome, like pieces of cinema that you need to own. So now I own 3 of the worst movies ever made in history, and they are literally the best looking movies in my collection.
They had a good 4K of them. I like.
Yeah.
There's so many. We'll get back to Vinegar Syndrome in a second, but there's so many like great labels that release like all these movies that like that you can get some of them at the regular store, but a lot of them you have to get it as more of a specialty store. And there's like, if you're not like, you know, doing Synapse or Vinegar Syndrome or any of these, like you're kind of missing out on a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of material out there that's like a lot of movies that you kind of forgot about that they're releasing. And it's so cool. That's one thing about cons, especially like if we go to like a horror con or one of those, like they always have the vendors there from those companies selling their stuff. And it's like, I always find something at every table to get,
it's so good. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome is awesome. And they're collecting, if you just go to their website and just browse, there's hundreds of movies in there. Some of them you've never heard of, some of you have, some of you've totally forgotten about.
Yeah.
But they do a fantastic job at upscaling them to 4K and just creating these packages that are I just think they're amazing. Like they're just like, look at how good these are going to look on the shelf. Like, look at that.
That looks great. That looks great.
It looks, you know, I mean, for movies that are absolutely terrible, that looks really good. That looks good on the shelf.
It does look good. In Toronto, there like Vinegar Syndrome has an actual like brick and mortar store. I was going to go to it last time I was in Toronto, but then it didn't open till much later, and I had to catch a train. Like it opened at 2 or something. So make sure if you ever go to check the time first when it opens. But it's like I definitely am going there next time I go to Toronto because I want to see what the store is about and all the stuff they have in there. Because there's no doubt I'll fill a bag of stuff. Like it'll be like the 100%. Criterion closet for me. I'll just be like buying stuff left and right. So because they always have cool stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. I ordered something from them recently. I can't remember, but I think they have a sale coming up. I'm going to try to load up with a few more things. So
then that's when you have to hit it.
Yep, exactly. That's amazing.
Right, what have you bought recently?
Well, as you know, I am a big fan of Clash of the Titans, as I think you are as well. Okay. I'm a big Clash fan. I love Ray Harryhausen. I love obviously all the stuff of like all the Sinbad movies, everything that there is. One thing I'm missing though is I've never bought any of the action figures because they have a series. They had a series of action figures that came out in '81. They're very hard to find, and if you do find them, they're super expensive because I don't think the run of them did as well as they maybe had hoped. Because Star Wars action figures would have been out at that point and dominated the market. But they tried sort of the same thing. And they had a smaller sort of selection. So I got some of them. These aren't in the packaging. They didn't come in that, but I bought 4 of them. So I've got
nice.
There's Calibus there.
Yes. Oh, with the tail, perfect.
Yeah, and they have their
these are from 1981.
Yes, these ones are.
These are good. These are good shape.
And there's this is Thallo. He's the captain of the guards.
Yeah.
Right there.
Wow,
and they have their swords and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's really Perseus. Condition.
Oh, yep. Yeah, you can't have Clash of Titans without Perseus.
Yeah, you got to have him. And then here's the boat driver that takes him across. Who's in the movie for about 2 minutes.
Yes.
But he has a figure. But everybody loves a good skull-faced like character.
Who doesn't? Yep.
So So those are the 4 that I got. So there's
Awesome.
6 in the original collection that came out. So there was those 4, plus there was a Pegasus, which he rides in the movie, and then the Kraken, which is another. But the Krakens, like I've seen some different Krakens. Some of them are broken. Some of them are like if you can get one that's decent, it's like over $1,000 easy, like for the Kraken. So, but I'll just sort of like what I can get, I'll get. Now there's also, someone's also made more of these figures, but they're more recent. Like they've kind of using these sculpts kind of created figures that would have been in the line. Cause apparently I think it was just this line and then it never went any further. But like, so Medusa and all those characters in Princess Andromeda and Zeus and none of those characters ever got made. So I think there was plans eventually to do a bigger wave of them, another second or third wave, but they just didn't sell enough to like warrant going any further with the ones they had. But someone's created, I saw that like they've created like newer sort of versions of them, and then you can buy them, and they have the cards and everything and like all that stuff. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. But what's really cool is that you got the originals, like the night from 1981, and in that condition, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
like I can't
cool.
even believe I can't believe he still has his real keep going. Like look at the sword. Like,
I know
it's in like perfect condition.
There he is.
That's crazy.
He was always the scariest character as a kid. Like he was so frightening. Like he was just so evil and so disgusting and so frightening. Like and the way they, especially when Ray Harryhausen, like they'd have him just in regular makeup, but then Ray Harryhausen would do like when they did like a long shot of him in the swamp, like they always had like the stop motion or whatever. He actually looked creepier with the stop motion than he did. But it's pretty cool. I also have like Bubo the owl. Like I have that full owl or whatever. So I have that as well. I had a picture with Harry Hamlin, and I had him hold it, who played Perseus. So that was pretty cool. But that's I mean, I'm just sort of collecting bits and pieces. I also bought the Art of, I think it's behind me here, but Ray Harryhausen book. Like it's an old book, like from the 70s. Cool. Like it's pretty cool too. I just found that after the fact, but so suddenly you start noticing things.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing with collecting, is that once you've like decided on a collection or something, then all of a sudden you're like, you do the deep dive and you're looking for everything, and you tend to find stuff. You're like, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. So this was pretty cool. I got this from a store in St. Thomas that's near me called Dark Matter, and they have a bunch of toys, and he gets stuff in every once in a while. But this came in, and I saw he posted it, and I'm like, I got to see if he still has them, and then I got them. So, but they were, but yeah, I just one of those things. I just needed it for the collection. Needed to add it, needed to have it. It was like, so yeah, it's great. I think they're so cool. I just think they're like
they're really cool. That person, and that actually is a really good sculpt. Like that actually kind of looks a lot like Harry Hamlin.
It does. It's like pretty good. Like
that's that looks just like Harry Hamlin. That's really good.
It's pretty wild. But here's the whoops, this guy likes to move over. Oh, he's just bending. He likes to he's looking at something on the ground. He lost something.
Oh, is that what he does? That's his action move. Is to look at the ground. Wow.
Very Skeletor looking.
Very cool.
Speaking of Masters of the Universe, there you go. Yes. So anyways, those are cool. I was like, okay, I got to get these things, and they had their swords and their shields and stuff, so that was pretty cool. So
awesome.
But someone has made a Medusa. There's which is like a sort of a reinvention of another wave. But I kind of want to get them. Like I kind of
kind of think you should.
Yeah.
You kind of already started this. Like you can't stop now. Nope, you're in.
All right, I guess I got to buy more of them then.
Yes,
I'm
you do.
all into them now. So
perfect.
All right. Do you want to go to Pop Capacitor?
Oh, I sure do.
All right, welcome back to Pop Capacitor. And today we've been talking about special effects earlier in the show. I don't know a movie that has better special effects than this movie right here. We're going to be doing Jaws 3D. Now,
yes.
Now, we all remember Jaws. But this is Jaws 3D. It's a third installment in the Jaws series. And I would say, just before we even get into it, one of the most memorable for sure. It came out in 1983. The cast actually pretty power-packed. Dennis Quaid, Bess Armstrong, Simon McCorkindale, of course.
Yeah,
We'll probably get into him more later. Louis Gossett Jr. and Lee Thompson. And the description of this movie: a giant 35-foot shark becomes trapped in a SeaWorld theme park, and it's up to the sons of Police Chief Brody to rescue everyone. So that's where everyone needs to be going. So before we get into our hits and misses on this, what's your initial thoughts when you heard you're doing this movie without having seen it? What do you remember about it? What's something that you have you ever thought about it since it came out, or do you know anything about it?
I literally had never seen it.
Really?
This was
because I know you're a huge Jaws fan.
I love Jaws, and Jaws 2 I've seen a bunch of times. I for whatever reason I stopped there. I've never seen this movie, so when you suggested, I was like, perfect. This is great because I've never seen it, and it's got to be good, right? It's part of the Jaws franchise. It can't be bad, so I definitely want to see it. And then I saw it,
and obviously awesome.
Sure.
I remember I saw this movie at the theater when it came out. I remember seeing it in 3D. And and it's one of those movies that you just, when I hear 3D, I think of this movie. Like I think of Jaws 3D. Like I just think that it just goes together to me because it's to me, there's it's iconic in not a good way. Like it's a movie. When I hear Jaws 3D, I think of a movie. It represents a movie that's not great, a sequel that's not great. But I hadn't seen it since probably since I saw it in the theater. Like it's been that long since I've seen this movie. So it was some of it I kind of remembered, but it's something. It's definitely something. It would be categorized as a movie. For sure.
It does fall into that category almost. It barely does, but it's there.
So I guess
just so you know, right off the top, the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie is 10%. 10%. Yep. Which makes me want to see it even more.
I don't know what it is about these type of sequels. There's every movie has terrible sequels. If there's a series of sequels, but just sometimes it's just something goes wrong, and I don't know what it is. And it's there's a hokiness to the 3D portion, of the whole 3D. But we'll get into that as we go. But
let me just also add right off the top. It was directed by Joe Alves. He's the director of this movie. And Joe Alves, this was the first movie he ever directed. He was the original production designer for the original Jaws, like the Spielberg Jaws and Jaws 2. That was his job, production design, not director. He was the second unit director for Jaws 2, but that's just shooting a few scenes kind of thing. That's not the director. So this is his first and last directing job.
This is the only one he ever did?
Yeah. But that was his job. He wasn't a director. He was like, oh, I've done the other two movies. I can easily match what Spielberg did. No problem. Yeah. Anyway, that's who helmed this thing.
Oh, perfect. That's excellent.
Yeah. All right.
Well, let's get into our hits and misses. So I got very few hits. I got a lot of misses on this movie.
Yes. All right. We'll start off with a hit, maybe.
Okay. I've got here's a hit that I have. Sometimes movies are so bad they're actually kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one falls into that category. It's not so bad that it's unwatchable. It's just sometimes you're shaking your head during this without giving anything away as we kind of go through, that it's how could this have been made? Where did this I understand, I don't know if the 3D came first. I don't know where they thought this would work, but as we get through the hits and misses, you'll see why I say this. Cause it was this is a very interesting, it's kind of fun in it's how bad it is and how terrible it is. But at the same time, it almost could be more terrible.
Yeah.
and like it was just sort of sat in the middle somewhere for me. But anyways,
Yeah.
but so my hit is that it's entertaining if you've never seen it to watch it at least once. Like it's
Right.
in that sense.
And that's fair. I can go with that. And I'll add one of my hits to yours. What made it at least watchable was the cast. And you mentioned them already. You had Lee Thompson, Louis Gossett Jr., Dennis Quaid, Simon McCorkindale. By the way, we did an entire episode on Simon McCorkindale because he was the lead actor in Manimal.
That's right. Yeah, he was. That's
Yeah.
all.
So anyway,
And I
he
think
was,
we both had the same thought when we were watching. We're like, who is that guy? Like he looked
yeah,
very
where have we seen him?
familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in there too. But anyway, but they're good actors. Dennis Quaid and Leah Thompson, Louis Gossett Jr. Like they're good actors and they did a good job. Like I think Louis Gossett Jr. is a little over the top. Like he's chewing every piece of scenery he's
Oh
in.
yeah, 100% in it. Like big time.
But I don't think they did a bad job. Like they as far as acting goes, and it wasn't stiff. It was pretty. It felt a little bit Spielbergy to me. You know how Spielberg, his actors, at least in the early movies, they talked over each other. They were natural. They talked naturally. This was sort of like that. So it kind of felt the same. So at least it was interesting to watch the actors because they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. That was actually one of my hits, was that the acting in it, and the relationships as well were well established.
Yes.
Of the people in it, and that was actually kind of interesting. I thought like it was like it seemed natural, like the acting, because they had like decent actors, like they had I mean I shouldn't say decent, they had really good actors in it as well. And it brought it up a level because of that, and I felt the acting was actually really good. The relationships were good, which was great. Except that shouldn't be the focus of the movie.
Yes.
Like, the focus is the shark and the things that happen. And the relationships were actually more interesting than the whole shark like area of it, which should be the most interesting part of the movie. Like
100%. Well, let me add one of my misses right onto that.
Sorry, and just before that, because they were so good and the relationships were so good, I felt they spent a lot of time on that. Yes. And not enough time on like the basic plot and like the terror that was to happen. Like, or not happen.
Totally. So, or not happen. Yeah, exactly. So my miss that ties right into what you just said is that this is a Jaws movie. Like you're going there, you've now seen two different Jaws movies, the original and Jaws Part 2. You're coming to the theater to see shark attacks and to see menacing, scary shark things. It's a full hour. The movie is an hour and 38 minutes long. It's a full hour before you see the actual shark that is the killer shark. An hour. Like there's almost nothing left of the movie before you even see the real shark that's like killing things and being menacing.
There's a lot of close-ups and results of the shark.
Yeah,
like you'll see a mouth or something, but you don't really see it. Yeah,
no, and it's like I'm like, come on, like it took so. But to your point, that whole first hour, most of it was just establishing characters and their relationships, and like Dennis Quaid and his girlfriend, in the movie, spent way too much time talking about how Dennis Quaid was going to be transferred to Venezuela to work on some job, and like it had nothing,
like
no
totally useless information. Yeah.
But they kept referring to that, and so I thought maybe that was going to play into it somehow. Nope. But it built their character. Like if it was just a character movie, just like a slice of life, here are some people that there was no shark in it, it would have been at least sort of interesting. But nobody cares about that.
Yeah, that part had zero impact on like. I thought, well, maybe he's gonna like leave the premises at one point to leave, and then he has to come back to save them or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was the reason why he wasn't there, or I don't know. I wasn't sure what they were doing with that whole part. I know they're just trying to establish like character, but it was like it's some of obviously character establishment's great. But some of that was just sort of useless, like information that I just didn't need to know.
No, and it just kept coming up. Like, come on, you've forgotten entirely what this movie's supposed to be about.
and even off that, one of my misses was that it in a weird way, this is like an early Jurassic Park, because you're in SeaWorld. It's all about the SeaWorld, the park. It's a new season. They're bringing all these new people in, and they're just trying to like amp it up basically and get publicity, and they're making it the park much bigger than it actually probably. I mean, no one's ever got that excited over SeaWorld, I don't think, in the history of mankind. But they're within the confines of the movie. This is a big, massive park, and they're really Louis Gossett Jr. is sort of like a manager or whatever he is, but he's the hype man for it, and he's like trying to get all these celebrities and things to kind of hype it up. So it's much like Jurassic Park, where you're like, oh, this is this amusement park, and then the terror hits. The problem is Jurassic Park did a great job of it. This did not do a good job of that.
It's so funny that you bring that up, because I actually had it as one of my hits, was that it feels like Jurassic Park, because it does. It feels like Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park, the book, the Michael Crichton book, was written in 1990. This movie came out in 1983. So I can't help but think that Michael Crichton saw this movie and thought, you know what? This is a cool concept. Because it is a cool concept. Like, the concept is neat. Like, there's an established park that has live attractions like this that are scary and dangerous. And what would happen if one of these dangerous attractions went rogue and started tearing people up? Like, that's a really cool premise. And it's exactly Jurassic Park. So I just feel like, because this was in 1983, this movie, his book was 1990, there's got to be, he had to have been influenced somehow by this. It's exactly the same movie.
and with this whole movie, it's just like Jurassic Park, in that just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yes, exactly. It's true. They shouldn't have. But they even talk about how, like, no park before has ever had a great white shark. Like, if we can capture one and bring it in, it's like the same. No park before has ever had a T-Rex.
In this movie, there's actually two sharks, because there's a shark they caught that they thought was the big great white, but then there was another shark, which was the Jaws great white shark. But anyways, it was I like that idea. Like, I did remind me of that, because it was sort of the same idea. Just the problem is that with Jurassic Park, there was so much terror and so many things happened, and it was like it went completely out of control. Nothing really happened to the last bit of the movie, and it was like so then again, you ask the question, what are they doing for the rest of it? Yeah, like, if that's not like, you know what I mean? And all they did was they threw the first shark in as sort of like the
red herring.
The red herring. So you think that's the shark, and then the twist is that wasn't it. It was a bigger shark. Like, and they're going to need a bigger boat.
Yes. So I'm going to throw another miss in on that. And it was a miss that I had to research after the fact, but because I did, it's now become a miss. So the whole premise of this movie is that this original shark that they brought in, they physically brought this shark in. And then, according to the movie, this was the baby shark. This was just a baby shark. It was a little one. The mother shark snuck in through like a gap in a fence, in a gate, and it snuck in. And it's the mother shark that is the great white, like the Jaws, the big one. And the mother in the movie, they say the mother shark followed the baby in, was protecting the baby. I happened to look up afterwards, just shark relationships. That's not what happens. Sharks have babies, and then the babies are out. The parents are gone. They don't care.
Yeah.
So the fact that they claimed that the mother shark was looking after the baby shark, by itself, that would never happen, because that's not what happens. So I was like,
That's the other thing too. If you're listening or watching, in this movie, the SeaWorld is on this, like, basically attached to an ocean. So they have some of the ocean water in the park, but they have these gates that close so that other fish can't get in there, and like sharks and that kind of stuff. So, but of course they, for whatever reason, need to open the gate at some point, and something has to sneak in. But
it snuck in.
I'll suspend my disbelief for that, but it's a little bit ridiculous. Okay, one of my hits in this, I do have another hit. I thought the music in this was pretty good. They do. I thought there's a little bit. I mean, you have to. A little bit of an overuse of the Jaws theme at the beginning, and then you don't hear it for the whole movie, and then suddenly at the end they throw it in again. But But I thought the music and the score was pretty good for this. Like it seemed like a pretty like decent score. And they did enough of John Williams. Like I don't know what they paid to use that like I don't know if that just comes with the Jaws name. I don't know when you license it. I'm not sure how that worked, but there were a few like duds like in there here and there when they needed it. So
I totally agree. That was actually one of my hits too. Alan Parker is the person who conducted the score, and it is like, especially right at the beginning, the opening music is super exciting. Like it's actually really quite exciting. Like I could listen to that soundtrack just as a soundtrack. The score is actually really good, which is important, because if the score is bad, it makes, even if the movie was semi okay, it would make the movie even worse. But because the music at least was exciting, it made you kind of keep watching. You know, it was interesting. It made it more interesting. So totally agree. If you don't watch it for anything else, watch it for the score, because the score's good. Yeah, I totally agree. What else do we got here? Okay, so we talked a lot about the fact that this was in SeaWorld. So I brought it up earlier today when we talked about Mac and Me. Remember when we reviewed Mac and Me, and essentially we determined that Mac and Me was just a big McDonald's commercial?
Yes.
This is literally a promotional advertisement for SeaWorld. Like, I'd say at least a third of the movie is just talking about how great SeaWorld is. They walk through it so you can see some of the displays. They talk about the different displays. It literally is like a promotional video for SeaWorld. Like there's no way around it. Like, that's obviously SeaWorld paid an arm and a leg, or maybe they partnered with them. I'm not exactly sure how that worked. But it is 100% an advertisement for SeaWorld, which is funny, because for a while, like for the first hour before the shark goes nuts, you're like, yeah, it's kind of a fun place to be. I'd like to be in SeaWorld. But then all of a sudden the shark goes crazy and starts like rampaging, and you're like, why would anybody go to SeaWorld? Like,
especially if it's attached to an ocean.
Yes. Like, a lot of the rampage stuff people see, like the audience are seeing some of the violence, and like, why would SeaWorld agree to show that? Because that's obviously not a good look for them.
Yeah, I guess so, when you're attaching it to the Jaws sort of name, because I think the second Jaws did pretty well as well. Like, I think it did quite well. I mean, if you can attach yourself in any way to like a brand, I think it's
I guess.
And they probably in turn, I would assume, it advertised that they had great white sharks at SeaWorld that you could come see. Like, so I'm sure there was some sort of like way they spun it like in their favor.
So, but it is amazing how blatant. Like, it's blatant. Like, they're not even like dancing around it. It is an absolute advertisement for SeaWorld. Oh, so that was my miss. But I also have a little bit of a hit to go along with that.
Okay.
I liked that it was like, I felt nostalgia for SeaWorld, because they actually talk about Shamu. When was the last time? When was the last time you thought about Shamu? But
I used to think every killer whale was named Shamu. I didn't realize it was like. I thought there was like one killer whale, Orca, and then Shamu, or the only two.
Shamu,
a good and a bad one.
Exactly. But every kid at that time knew who Shamu was. Like, Shamu was a celebrity. He was famous. So, and I haven't heard that name in decades. Obviously, Shamu doesn't exist. But so it was kind of nostalgic to revisit the whole SeaWorld and Shamu and all that. Although it is difficult now to watch this, because they're performing, like, they're standing on the backs of killer whales, like doing, circus sideshow sort of, or a circus act on the back of, a killer whale. And you're now in this age, we know how terrible that was for those animals.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, you are literally tormenting this poor creature. So we know that now. But back in the 1983, that was like the height of entertainment. It was like the coolest thing. So there was some nostalgia going there too, but yeah.
I noticed in one of my misses they made SeaWorld way too important in this. Like, there was a lot like a focus on SeaWorld, like to the point where you, like, it was just like, it was just a SeaWorld promo. I'm not really sure, but it was,
it totally was. It takes up it, like, SeaWorld is a character in this movie. And like, there's no question. It's as prominent as Dennis Quaid.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
One of the misses I had in this movie, and I do put it in perspective, it's old and things aren't as like obviously special effects and things aren't as good now. These special effects seemed really bad. Like for a movie that's already had two giant hits, like a mega hit and like that, I think the second one did really, really well. Like you think they'd have a little bit better budget for this. Like, and there's a few different things I want to mention. First of all, like the graphics at the beginning were terrible. Like they had this like it was like a boxy 3D looking Jaws 3D kind of graphic that came out that looked just like awful. Like it was just terrible looking. But the other thing was like you can see it behind us if you're watching the video. Like the shark looked like there's a lot of bad mats. Is that the right way to say that? There was terror. Like the one especially behind you, you could really see that's a painting or something behind it, and then that's been cut out. Like rotoscoped or whatever they do.
You can see shadows behind the shark. There should be no shadows in the ocean. Like it doesn't cast shadows right behind itself. But that's how they did the 3D. They'd have to for some reason they cut out the thing that was supposed to be 3D and put it in front of a background, and that made the 3D better or something. But it just looks terrible.
It was like the special effects and even the shark. Like you think like the first one, they put so much effort into making like a realistic, like mechanical shark. And I know that shark didn't always work for them when they needed it and all that kind of stuff. But then I can't remember how the second one was, but this one seems like they should be upping the game on it and it should look more and more realistic. And this looks terrible. Like it just looks, the special effects just look terrible. Like they just and I feel bad whoever did special effects, but I just feel like they just didn't have the budget for this thing to do what they probably wanted to do. And maybe that's why you don't really see it a lot in the movie because they just didn't have the budget to make it like the way they wanted it.
I totally agree. And then I'll add on to that because one of my misses was the special effects, but the other part of that was the 3D. So a lot of this movie takes place at night or in dark, very dark scenes, like underwater. It's just dark because it's dark underwater. And the rest of it takes place at night, which means that when you were watching this originally in 1983 with the glasses on, and they were like the polarized, like the red and blue, like the old fashioned thing, it would have been so murky. Like the whole movie would have been really hard to see because like a lot of it's not in nothing comes out of the screen. Most of it is just flat. Like nothing specifically.
There's like about four moments maybe that are like supposed to be 3D, including the very end.
So unless you took your glasses off between those segments, the movie itself would have been so dark and just really hard to like. It just was like they were not thinking when they put this together. They should have brightened everything so that everything was bright. There should have been no dark scenes because you wouldn't have been able to see any of the action. Like I was shocked. Like I watched this movie in 4K, so it was as clean and bright as it could possibly be, and there were still scenes that were dark, like dark. Like, put those glasses on you, there would have been nothing.
It was I don't know, it was something for sure. I don't even remember. I remember watching it in 3D. Actually, I just watched one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I think it was 5, and there was a 3D part in that. And in the movie, the main character goes back or goes into a dream, but they do something where she has to wear 3D glasses. So as an audience to put your 3D glasses. So all the next sequences in that dream are all in 3D with the blue, with the red and blue or whatever. And that's the only part in the movie that's 3D. The rest of it's all just normal. That I kind of wish that happened in this because I needed it was just, I'm like, what is going on in this? It's just like, where's the 3D? Like someone shot, I think a gun at one point, like a harpoon gun or something kind of at the screen. It was, but it wasn't enough to think, oh, this is 3D. Like,
no. And most of it is literally just flat. Like I mean, we didn't watch it this time in 3D, so I don't know what those scenes would have looked like in 3D, but I highly doubt that there was a lot of depth in there. A lot
of it was just like we're saying, it's just dialogue and character development. Like,
but
that was in 3D.
Yes. But there was literally no reason for any of that to be in 3D. So it just didn't work. Like there was no reason ultimately what we're saying is there was really no reason for this movie at all. Is what we're saying. Right.
Even in this too, in the miss category, the like the shark, whenever it killed someone, was lame too. Like everything, like it just seemed like they cheaped out on the part which was the part we came to see, which is the shark. And it was like this is called Jaws. It's not called hey, what's Dennis Quaid doing? Like it's called, you know what I mean? It's called Jaws. I want to see sharks killing some people and some cool stuff happening. And none of that was happening in this. And I just thought that was one of my misses, that they kind of cheaped out on all of that. And even at the end, when they blow the shark up, it was like, that was supposed to be 3D too. And that was terrible as well.
Well, and like that scene, they blow the shark up at the end, and that was supposed to be their grand finale 3D moment. The shark's jaws come out literally at the screen, the top and the bottom. But when they did these things, when they had these 3D moments, they lingered on whatever you're supposed to see in 3D. So like these jaws were up on the screen for like 10 or 15 seconds, which isn't a lot, but it's way too much for a movie. You should not be lingering on something that's not.
Yeah, things would come out and then they slow down. So you can go, oh, this is the 3D part. Thanks. Like,
exactly. It was just, don't forget, there is some 3D stuff here. It was just, whoever, conceived of this thing just did not know how to do 3D. Not at all.
I think that whole 3D was a full miss. Like it didn't need to be. That was obviously the catch of it, was that it was this is in 3D to make it, because 3D was kind of sort of popular at that point. Like so.
Well, Amityville 3D was out at that same time. Like there was a bit of a resurgence in 3D movies, 3D going. So, like I guess I understand why they would do it, but they just didn't do it well at all. Not at all. I think I've run through my hits and misses.
The only other hit I had is if you watch just generally, like especially at the end, there when everybody's like running for their lives from the shark, like on land, like some of the extras were pretty funny. Like they're like overreaction because they don't know what we're running from, right? Like they're just they're just like some of that's pretty funny. I had like a good kick out of that. That was my only other hit. Like it was just like. The end was kind of cool, I guess, when the shark went through the control room. I don't know. I don't know. I was really grasping at straws to find cool things in this movie because it was kind of fun. But again, like it's called Jaws. Let's see the shark. It's a very simple concept.
Yes.
Need more shark. More shark.
More shark. Yeah, and less dumb people. Playing off what you just said, there's one particular scene. So because it's SeaWorld, they have one of these underwater tubes that you can walk through, and the water is strapped so that fish can swim above you and all of this stuff. So they cut to this tube near the end, and there's like a good amount of people walking through the tube. Well, the shark, actually it's this, you can see it if you're watching the YouTube video, it's right behind me here. This is the tube.
That's the tube.
That's the tube. So the shark is swimming up to the tube. As soon as people see the shark, like the shark is like yards away from the tube. As soon as the people in the tube see the shark, they flip out and they start screaming and running. I'm like, what do you think is going to happen here? Like this shark, you're in a tube. Like the shark isn't going to climb in there with you. Why are you freaking out? That's the whole reason you're here, is to stand in this tube and watch the shark swim over you. But as soon as they see it, they freak out.
Like they know something's wrong. Like they already know.
But they in doing that, they totally ruined the moment when the shark actually rams into the tube and shatters the tube so that water comes in. If the people were just standing there being like, oh, look at that cool shark, and then all of a sudden they hit it, then you're like, whoa. But like killed the impact of that moment because the people gave it away by screaming and yelling long before the shark even did anything.
There was a lot of there was just some weird awkward moments, like especially even this is like just had nothing to do with the shark, but at the beginning when they're establishing that SeaWorld's just about to open, so they have a training session with a bunch of people training, and they pan over and then someone's doing a press conference like literally 3 feet away from all these people doing actual training for for SeaWorld. I'm like, that's a very odd establishing shot. Like it's just very like you could have done that in 2 separate scenes. You didn't have to do that all in one panning scene. Like all these things are all happening. Like it's just, there's some weird ideas in this movie like that I just didn't quite get. But I mean, I guess it's like they're trying to speed things up, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know. Which was odd because they slowed things right down for the first hour. So I don't know.
A screeching halt.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking.
We're watching this, and Larry texts me, and he's like, "Is anything gonna happen in this movie at any point? Where's the shark?"
Yeah, isn't there supposed to be a shark in this movie? All right, so I have a fun fact here. I'm going to read this to make sure I get it.
And then we'll do our final thoughts on it. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So David Brown and Richard Zanuck, who were the producers for the first two films, they originally pitched like a sequel, but originally it was supposed to be a spoof called Jaws 3 People Zero. It was going to be a spoof. That's what it was going to be called. So in 1979, Variety reported that a film would be produced by Matty Simons, fresh off the success of National Lampoon's Animal House. So that's the kind of movie it was supposed to be. With Zanuck and Brown serving as the executive producers, Simmons, I think it's Simmons actually, commissioned National Lampoon writers John Hughes and Todd Carroll for a script. So it was going to be a John Hughes movie.
Oh my God.
Was originally, yeah. Joe Dante was briefly pursued as the person to direct it. So it was going to be a John Hughes script with Joe Dante directing it. And Joe Dante did Gremlins, so it would have been like that kind of funny thing. The project was also supposed to star Bo Derek and
oh my God.
Richard Dreyfuss. So Richard Dreyfuss was supposed to be back. But it was shut down. It was shut down as Steven Spielberg managed to convince Universal not to make the movie by threatening to never, ever make a movie with Universal again if they did that.
Oh, wow.
So Universal was like, right.
Okay, we'll do Jaws 3D then.
Yes, but that's what it was originally supposed to be. Like, it was supposed to be a full-on spoof, a full-on comedy, which would have been...
Like Airplane-esque, probably?
Yes, yeah. Okay. So, but with John Hughes writing it, and he was writing for National Lampoon at the time, and Joe Dante that could have been a really fun movie.
Yeah, it would have been pretty
funny. Jaws 3 People Zero, that would have been hilarious. I totally would have watched that. So that's what we could have had.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. A couple more quick fun facts. Dennis Quaid, who's the star of this movie, stated in a 2015 interview that he was doing that of all his films, he made the most aggressive use of cocaine during the filming of Jaws 3D. He said that he was high on the drug in every frame in which he appeared.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
And he was actually really good at it.
Yeah, he was good. But yeah, apparently he was just stoned to the hilt for the whole movie. Two more quick things. It was made for a budget of $18 million. We were talking about low budget movies. Made for a budget of $18 million. Its box office was $88 million. So it was actually a box office hit, even though it was a terrible movie. But it did well in the box office, which is why Jaws 4, The Revenge happened, because it was still making money. And then finally, Jaws 3D was nominated for 5 Razzies.
Oh, God. I forgot the Razzies were around back then. All right.
Yep. This was the 4th annual Razzies. So they had only been around for 4 years by this point. So they were called the Golden Raspberry Awards at that time. But they were nominated for 5 Razzies, including Worst Picture, Worst Director, Worst Supporting Actor for Louis Gossett Jr., Worst Screenplay, and Worst New Star. And the star that they were referring to were Cindy and Sandy, the Shrieking Dolphins.
Oh, the poor dolphins got critically slammed.
Yep, there were 2 dolphins and real dolphins who made dolphin sounds. They were called Cindy and Sandy. They were nominated for worst new stars as the Shrieking Dolphin. It didn't win any Razzies, so there were worse movies than this in 1983, but it was right up there. It was right up there.
All right, what are your final thoughts on this movie? Just generally.
It was, for a Jaws movie, it was so boring. I was literally I was enjoying texting you more than I was watching. The movie. It's just so slow and so boring, and when the stuff finally happens, it's nothing original or nothing new. So it wasn't even worth the wait.
Yeah. My favorite thing on this is like the tagline is like the third dimension is terror, and I'm like, was it really? Because I didn't see a lot of terror in this movie. There wasn't a lot of there was no there was no heightened terror or any stakes really. The only thing I thought, generally, like the whole idea of people at like a theme park, and that was kind of a neat idea. Obviously, like we talked about, explored later on in Jurassic Park. But that was kind of a neat concept, but it needed more. It needed more Jaws. Like it's about a shark. It's about a killer shark. You need the killing and the shark. And it was exactly. I didn't see enough of either. And it was just, which made it boring, which made it like, it could have been a lot of fun. And it just this fun got sucked out of it because of it. So, so I say like, watch it for fun once. Like, I don't know, like I'll maybe watch it at some point in the future, but like, who knows? Like, but I agree. Watch it just because it's part of the Jaws franchise, and just to see what the hype's about. Yeah, exactly. Because we've hyped this pretty good. Yeah, I think we've given it a good hyping.
Good hype.
good old fashioned hyping on this one. But anyways. So we'll leave Jaws 3D where it is. Watch the real Jaws, like the original. That's the one. The OG is where it's at.
Keeper.
That's the keeper. But anyway, so thanks so much for watching this season of Loop and Larry Guardians of Geek. Season 8. Will probably be September-ish. It'll be September. Yeah.
I'm guessing September. Yep.
Yeah. And we'll be ready for that. So again, if you have want to text us or send any messages, or even any movies you might want us to do next season, or TV shows or whatever, we'll send them our way. Toys. We've done toys. Yes. Send them our way. We'll check them out. And thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time on Loop and Larry, Guardians of Geek.
Bye-bye.
Produced by Matthew C. Loop and Lawrence Simner. A Loop and Larry production.
Bueller.
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Bueller.
Bad news. Fog is getting thicker.
And Leon's getting larger.
Inconceivable.
Brian's right. It's an elf.
Wax on.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Wax off.